Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I'm getting ready to leave high school. Well, not high school. I'm getting ready to leave my parents' house for the first time and the last time as an adult. Every time I left my parents' house in the past, I was somewhat of a teenager / young adult, 18, 19, 20 years old, 21. And this time I was actually getting ready to leave the house for good. When I went through meditation, that allowed me to open my heart for opportunities to come in my life that, and I don't think if I wouldn't have done meditation or was on the path that I was on, I don't think it wouldn't have came to fruition. But the fact that I disciplined myself enough to go through meditation, and I had that opportunity present itself to leave my parents' house and go live in Sugar Land with my best friend and his sister and her son. So I went in my parents' room and, walked up to my dad, and my dad was in the bed. My dad, he was already sick with COVID before COVID was really a big thing. And I walked up to him and I told him, I said, "Hey, Dad, I got an opportunity to leave the house, and I'm going to take advantage of it." I told him where I'm going and all these things, and he was like, "All right, man, like, good luck." You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you, and, good luck out there. So the same day, I think, my friend Seth, who was always willing to help me, he ends up helping me pack up and leave. And I get sent off, I leave for Sugar Land that same day. Now, me and Terrell already had a plan. Like, he was like, "Yeah, man, you come down here, I can get you a job working with me at KFC, and, we can save and stuff like that." Me and Terrell had an understanding on a level in which two men saw life in a very simplistic way of go to work, you come home, you don't get in any extra trouble, you're not doing too much of this or doing too much of that, you're saving your money. And it's the very simple things in life, like video games, smoking, movies, sleeping, drinking. It's things like that on a small level that satisfy him and I. Me, not so much the drinking. I didn't drink because at this point, I'm already, I think, 25 or 26 years old. And my health at this point was very bad. You could tell, like, I was very, malnourished. People would look at me and, say, like, "Well, you need to eat, or you need to do this or that," because the calcium in my pills and stuff like that, that stuff was just ruined my body, my digestive system. So I couldn't eat like everybody else. I couldn't have a drink or anything like that because it would cause severe constipation, indigestion. And at this point in my life, I was already used to making myself throw up. And it brought a very gloomy cloud over their household, because they're the type of individuals that are very loud, they're just very comfortable at talking at a tone that's real, real loud. It almost sounds like, I'll give you an example. Like, his sister was like a big fucking chucklehead. Everything, it's real, and that's how she would be laughing. And I told Terrell I had to play that back for him and say it like that, and he was like, "Yeah, that shit sound a little off." And I told him, I was like, "Bro, I never want to sit here and just call my best friend a retard and have no evidence. I can't give him not one example of why I call him this. I'm just calling him this because I feel like it." Nah, man. You guys have something going on with y'all mentally that puts y'all in a particular category of retarded, mentally slow. And then I would have to go into examples like, don't your nephew take medication? Don't a lot of your family members take medication and or are alcoholics and crackheads? Like, come on, bro. Your mother smoked crack when pregnant with you. Your dad did hard drugs when he conceived. So it's like, bro, like, I have better shit to do with my time than to sit here and just choose words like retarded and all that just to try to prove a point. Like, that's not what my goal is. So I had to shine light on that level of insanity, that when he would tell me, yeah, man, my sister kicked me out because she put me in charge of waking up her son for school, making sure he gets on the bus. She said, hey, I want you, I'm going to work, because she would have to leave the house real early. I think she had to be at work by 6, because I told her she worked at the bank all the way back in our hometown. And so she, she told Terrell, hey, I want you to make sure my son get on the bus, and so on and so forth. And Terrell was he was somebody who stayed up very, very late. I mean, he had the privilege of drinking and smoking at 17, 18 years old. So when I'm caught up in sports, he's at home drinking and smoking till 3, 4, 5 in the morning, sometime coming to school half-ass drunk, half-ass high. Because and not to mention the one time that he took handlebars before school and came to school, I mean, completely incapacitated, bro. Like, he recalls that he was like, bro, I don't even remember walking into the school, bro. I don't even remember. They told him, they said, hey, Terrell, you remember when the principal came in there and got you out of class and all that? Terrell was like, I have no recollection of that. I remember seeing him walk into the, because some people, if you were picked up or anything like that, you would get dropped off in the middle of, in the front of the school, and you would walk in through the cafeteria. So I remember seeing him because I was a bus rider, and I remember seeing him. At this time, he was already living with my cousin and his cousin Justin, which this is a guy that I ended up having a beef with over a female. But nevertheless, they walk in together, and you see Justin try to adopt Terrell with this mindset of, oh, that's my little bro. That's my little bro. And me and Terrell never called ourselves brother or, anything, my twin, none of that shit. We never did that crap. We had enough sense to say, bro, we're friends. We're not related. I mean, if you want to get down to it, we are related. But shit, we didn't even want to own that level of kinship, which me being, his cousin through my stepmother. And so, I remember him coming in that day, and he was completely out of his mind. Eyes was closed, walking like a zombie. And see, he's one of these guys that never understood when people were laughing at him, not with him. So Terrell, he basically mastered the art of being a fool. He basically mastered it. Walking around when he knew people were like, Terrell, bro, you fucked up, ain't you? And he just walking around. He's one of these people that be like, just like the drunken master or some shit, swaying from side to side, can't, just, oh man, just, so when I was, his sister was like, yeah, you can come over, you can, live with us, and you can sleep in the living room, and, it should be good for you, cousin, it should be good for you. You can find you some opportunity out there. So when I get out there, right, again, I'm setting up in the living room. Me and Terrell automatically get right back into, our relationship as far as friends, and reminiscing and sharing things in common and whatnot. And, his nephew is in the room. Like, he has all of his belongings, damn near all of his belongings. His room was right on the other side of the wall. But see, Terrell doesn't have a natural barrier setter where I'm grown, bro. You can hang out with me up until this point. Terrell doesn't have that. Terrell was the type of guy that'll be sitting in a room full of teenagers, and he's the oldest one in the group, but you can't tell. The only thing you can tell is probably by his facial hair and his physical features of like, oh, you must be the oldest. Other than that, he does not conduct himself in a manner in which he can be a positive influence on somebody. If anything, he's an enabler. So, I noticed that right away, and I didn't like that shit. You know, we grown, and the type of things that we talk about, a kid of his age should not be around, period. And what I did was I took all the Tarek shit out of that room. And then some people might say, well, you wrong for that and all of that. No, I'm not. Because Terrell should have did this before I got there. But Terrell is not the type. Because if Terrell would have did that, Tarek would have went in his mama room and said, Mama, Terrell took my stuff out of his room. And as insane and as fucking retarded as she is, she would have said, why are you taking my son's stuff out your room? You don't want my son hanging out with you? What's the problem? And Terrell is not, he doesn't like confrontation. He's too retarded to debate anybody. You know, if he does have a point to make, it's a very simple point, but he's not going to go above and beyond because he's not an argumentative person. He's an ignorant argumentative person. He can argue with somebody on his level or below him. If it's anybody on a higher thinking plane, he feels like, I'm going to just shut up and just take it, you know, and he'll have all these smart ass looks on his face to make you want to punch him in his fucking mouth. Because again, he grew up in a family where he didn't get taught. He didn't get talked to about certain things going on in the world or his behavior and things of that nature. His parents did not do that with him. So now that he's in the real world, he's not going to stand up for himself and stick up for himself if he knows that he's wrong. I mean, if he knows that he's right. So that's why he never thought about doing that. He also, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, I like my nephew's company. I'm not going to sit here and say you didn't, you know what I'm saying? But there is a line that should be crossed. Let me show you, I'm going to give you another example. We go to the store, right, down the street. And Terrell, we go inside the store with his nephew and everything like that. And there's a Nigerian guy behind the counter. And you know, people that are raised in these other countries, they come to America with a particular mindset of, you know, I have to take advantage of this. I have to take advantage of this opportunity of being in America. So they're not with the whole sagging of the pants. They're not with America's hip hop culture. They're not with that shit whatsoever. They see the destruction in it. And we walk into the store, and Terrell and Tarek, they walk in, right? And I'm behind all three of them. And this Nigerian black man just randomly decided to say, hey man, you a bad influence on him. He just looked right at Terrell and said, you a bad influence on him. Just out of nowhere. And I laughed and chuckled kind of in my shirt like, ain't that a bitch? You know, you are always going to find out and you will always be told the truth even when you don't want it. Because when he said that, Terrell was like, how am I a bad influence? How? And the dude just kept looking at him like, you a bad influence on him. He looked like he just had a look on his face like, nigga, I ain't got time to explain it to you, nigga. You know what you doing. This little ass kid got dreadlocks and he got a funny ass shaped head, but he want to look just like you. He want to look just like you. Dreadlocks and I can't whistle, my mouth dry. But he want to look just like you. And that's what that dude said. So I had already knew in my mind, like, well, somebody sees what I see. And this man don't know shit about Terrell. But him being an elder and him being from another country, recognizing this behavior, he just said it. Like, he just said it at random. So I have evidence to back, you know, everything that I say in regards to, you know, Terrell and his makeup. You know, he's one of these guys and he doesn't understand that you're a clown. Yeah, I'm going to give several more examples of why, you know, I believe this to be. Because when I moved everything out of Tarek's room, Tarek didn't say nothing because I'm a very aggressive person. So Tarek ain't going to say anything to me. He's gonna go to his mom. So when he goes to his mom and is like, Mama, he took my stuff out the room and put it back in my room. Guess what his mama said? Guess what his mama said? His mama say, Terry, they grown ass men. You need to hang out with your own friends. You don't need to be in that room with them. They are grown ass men. They don't have nothing in common with you. That's what she said. That's what she said. Because this spoiled ass brat, I didn't even finish the story about why she kicked him out. She kicked Terrell out because Terrell, like I said, was so used to staying up all night long that he didn't go to bed till damn near Tarek had to go to school. And so when he wakes up to go check on Tarek, guess what Tarek is doing? Tarek is sitting in the bed crisscross, not on the school bus, watching SpongeBob. And so Terrell tells me, yeah, man, I'm asking him, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, come on, bro. Like, you about to get me in trouble. So, of course, Danielle finds out and didn't even give Terrell the opportunity to explain himself. She was just like, get out. Get out. You made my son miss school, so now you want to play the role of the responsible adult. You want to play this role. She was like, get out. My son missing school. You gonna make my son turn into a bum. And just really laid it on Terrell in a way that Terrell couldn't even. Terrell had, once again, to speak on the note of retarded, Terrell has said several times, bro, like, bro, me and my sister have fought. You know what I mean? Like, and so he already has that mentality of like, bro, I'm not trying to go there with you. So Terrell left. She kicked him out where he was going to the Art Institute. That's about 10, 15 minutes from where I'm at right now. He was going to the Art Institute and she kicked him out. And he had to go all the way back to Wallace. And it took time where Danielle noticed that she fucked up this boy's life. She she took advantage of him. Because see, the thing is, his sister, outside of being retarded, she's mentally and spiritually handicapped. She's never experienced what real love is. She's always had people take advantage of her. She's one of these people that if she do something for you, she will verbally tell you, like she used to tell her son, she would prefer him to lie and be on her side about anything other than tell the truth about it and go against his own mother. She would tell him like, she'll tell him like, don't cross me. I'm your mama, don't cross me. Just very, very dangerous choice of words. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how she treated Terrell. She treated Terrell like, I gave you a place to stay. I did all this for you, and then you made my son miss school. Terrell was completely innocent. Terrell was like, bro, I tried. Like, the nigga didn't want to get up for school. What the fuck else can I do about it? And so he ends up, I think, coming back to Wallace for a little time, and then he leaves again, I think, because he ended up having a girlfriend who was a stripper, by the way. So he's walking around with this mentality. He's like the crackhead on the street, or he's like one of these pimps on the street that look homeless, but you trying to be a pimp and you're still homeless, so you look like a raggedy ass pimp. That's what he looks like. That's how he conducts himself. He's flaunting and taunting around this chick that, yeah, she a stripper, and look at these pictures and all that. Man, this chick look like, I mean, in some cases, you would have thought the bitch was born a dude. Like, she was born a boy, and just, because she really had no hips, no breasts, none of that. She had a stripper body. One of these, like, I'm barely getting by with being a female with my features. And so he's parading her, and, oh, yeah, man, I got a stripper girlfriend. Yeah, my girlfriend is a stripper. Fit right into that dumbass nigga shit. And so I was in Huntsville, so I said at that time I had to go stay with them for a little bit, so I got a chance to see how that was. And she completely mind fucked this dude. I could tell she was more interested in me based off of my macho behavior, and then finally getting a chance to see another guy compared to her boyfriend is just like, nah, man, this nigga, like, and she already knew that I would never, ever, ever, ever in a million years try to hit on her or do anything when Terrell wasn't around. So instead, she just went to go find another guy. She would go out and tell Terrell, yeah, I'm gonna go make us some money. And Terrell's so fucking dumb that he was just like, oh, okay, I got a stripper girlfriend, so, she going to go make money. I ain't tripping. And so what she was really going out to do was talk to other guys, because Terrell was not he doesn't have that thug-like personality. And so she found him to be boring. I remember one night, this dude, he experienced heartbreak where he didn't want to eat, he didn't want to smoke. He just standing on the balcony looking into the distance like, man, I don't know what else to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit. And I told him, I was like, bro, I just went through what you going through. The best way to get through it is to be productive and be proactive. Don't just be sitting around loathing in the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll eat you up like that. You got to get up and move around and do some shit that you find entertaining or whatever to get your mind off of it. You know what I mean? And so I was, letting him know that, like, bro, I already know what this chick is about. But see, Terrell is so retarded, and he fits so well into that ignorant nigga stereotype, where it's like everything he wanted to learn it on his own. If I had a person in my life like me, which the only person I can say right now is like that is Ruby, I would always heed to what they're saying, because it's like, oh, okay, you're trying to help me out. You see something that I don't see. And that's what it was with Terrell. I saw shit that he did not see. And then when I'm bringing it to his attention, he don't want to see it. He wants to be in denial. Another example of that is when I found out about the New World Order and how they are attacking human beings from all angles. This is the same pussy that was like, I don't want to hear no more of that. I don't want to hear no more of that. That's too much. When I first introduced it to him, because like they tell you, when you come into this type of knowledge, you want to know if somebody thinks the same way you think. And I mean, he was like, oh, that's enough. That's enough. And I remember that. And I outside of when I told you guys about sports and when he chose not to shave is when I knew, like, bro, you're not willing to accept certain responsibilities as a young man, for a greater goal. He ain't that type. So when I introduced that to him, that was the same response. Oh man, chemtrails. So you mean to tell me okay, that's enough. Stop. That's how he was. Like a bitch. And so I would tell him the same thing about his relationship. Bro, this girl do not like you. This girl think you are a punk, that you soft. And it's not up to you to go out and make her, prove her wrong by doing something dumb. But you not that dude, bro. You can sag your pants all you want. You can wear basketball shorts under your jeans all you want. You can do all this nigga shit. I got dreadlocks. You can do all that. I drink 40s. You can do all that, nigga. She's still looking at you as a peon. Period. And when I'm telling him this, he don't want to accept it. Because, like I keep telling y'all, people don't want to listen to nobody who ain't got shit to show. They want to look around and say, well, he got a car. He got a job. He got this and that. So it must be some value to what he's saying. Other than just being somebody who actually knows something, despite my many failures, and that you should just listen to me and trust, bro, as your buddy. I have your best interest at my heart. I don't want you to have to go through something if you don't have to. Now, I understand we men, and you gonna fall victim to a lot of shit that I can't even talk you out of. I get it. But Terrell too many times showed that he is ignorant. He refuses to look at something through the lenses of the truth and say, oh, all right, I don't need to learn that the hard way. I'm good. No, he would much rather just go through it on his own, and then look at me as with this face of like, yeah, you was right. Yeah, you was right. You did say that. Yeah. That's what he would rather do. Because he don't want to believe that somebody in his life is connected to divinity. I'll give you another example. One time I asked him to meet me on a road. I said, hey man, you got some green. If you can help me out, meet me on Chimney Rock. And I just said like, just meet me on Chimney Rock. I didn't plan it out or anything like that, but I knew like that was the distance between where I'm at and where he's at. That's right in the middle. It's Chimney Rock. And we get right there to Chimney Rock, and I bullshit you not. Even I was like, whoa, we met right on time, right at this Chimney Rock sign. So Terrell says, damn, man, you called it. And I said, yeah, man, like, I said, what the fuck you think I lost my powers or something? Now I'm being a smart butt, but I'm like, nigga, I've always told you, bro, I'm connected. I used to tell him, bro, you ain't connected to shit. And you think when I tell you stories about what I'm going through that you on the same level? Fuck no. You're a beta program compared to what I am. So, I watch him go through that with his girlfriend and stuff like that. She broke up with him and she moved to another state, got another dude, had a kid. And this nasty ratchet motherfucker was like, he called her one day when we at the apartment and was like, you miss me? Who the fuck asked somebody, do you miss me? Only a man with a clitoris says that. Do you miss me? You missed me? Nigga, that's up to them to say. God damn, boy. Horrible. During this time, his mother passed away. Rest in peace to his mother, man. His mother was a, you say what you will about her drug use and all of that, man. You know, she's a great woman, great human being, you know. So he lost his mother, and that was very tough on him, you know, because his mother was pretty much the only person he had a relationship with. You would think his father was mute, deaf, and dumb. Just they don't, and I say they because my dad's the same way. They don't use this technology to keep an eye on their kids / investments. When you have kids, that's an investment into society. I'm investing my time, energy, and money and skills into this human being to hope that they can produce a better world when I'm gone. But his father and my father, they don't think like that. They use these phones. They want to look for people selling rims. They selling speakers and, you know, the next truck show and all that. That's what they use these devices for. They don't use these devices to better a relationship that they didn't have with their dad. So that me and Terrell, we had a lot in common with just our troubles when it came to our dads. So I always gave Terrell credit where it's due. I never, ever, ever, ever wanted to keep information from him, bragging rights from him, ridicule from him, praise. I never held that from him. If I told him, bro, because I remember he was like, bro, you need to do your income tax check, bro. That's free money. And I was just never taught about income tax, where I had to admit to him years later, like, damn, bro, you did try to help me with this shit. You know what's crazy? And this is why I can talk the shit I talk, and I know ain't nothing gonna happen to me, is because I remember reaching out to Terrell just like I do to Ruby and was like, bro, what is it that you have that I don't? You know, what is this thing that you're able to do where you able to go to work and do this? And he was like, bro, you just gotta be. Don't try to take yourself to, just be. You know what I'm saying? Just exist. So I even asked a nigga like him, somebody I'm calling retarded, I asked him for like, bro, you got any advice on how to survive out here, man? Outside of the shit that I already know. So I didn't hold him. I didn't look at him as to be absolutely no value to me. Nah, man. I only got one brain, two sides of it. Nigga, I don't know everything. If you know something that I don't, how do you save money, bro? How do you deal with these problems at work when you having bad days and shit? You see what I'm saying? So I'm coming up on 30 minutes, man. I'm finna eat my food. That's corned beef hash, corn, rice, some bread, man. I'm hungry, bro, but you know, I'll come back with some more shit later on. I'll get this video uploaded. There's another video uploading from I think 2 days ago. You guys gotta excuse me, man. The process of making these videos, it's a motherfucker. You know, it really is. And if you can support me on my journey, man, support my Cash App, $ Charles Edwards III, capital C, capital E, and that's 3 capital I's. You know, I don't do drugs, bro. I don't drink alcohol. I'm not into clothes, and you won't see like, oh, I donated to his channel. Now this nigga got a PS5 in the damn tent. Hell to the no. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. You know, I'm a man out here who has this is what happens. This is where you end up when you really, 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 really want to take on full responsibility and walk with God, bro. It's in me. I don't have to do this as some type of practice. It's in me. I walk into Walmart and people just looking at me as if I'm the tall, handsome guy in the store, like with hazel eyes or something. Like I've seen people look at me in my bummiest and be like, nigga, you don't even look like you from here. Where you from? And I'll tell them like, bro, I'm from 5th Ward. Then I was raised in the country. Now I'm back here in Houston as an adult. And they be like, bro, you don't even look like you supposed to be here. I had 2 dudes walk up, just random, was like, hey, nigga, you into that rap shit, ain't you? I was like, what the fuck you talking about? And he was like, I really thought it was some type of slang for like, do you want to fight? But I was like, no, I'm not a rapper. He was like, oh, for real? He was like, shit, you look like you into that rap shit, nigga. Me and my dude trying to get on right now. And I was just like, oh, well, you know, best of luck to you, because I damn sure can't point you in no type of rap career direction. So that's gonna be it, guys. I can blab all day, man. Y'all have a good day, man. I'm out.